All right, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris Allen, Chris Allen VGC. Run the Wandering Legends podcast with my boy Josh and the Gauntlet on Facebook. Today we are doing a fun little video. It's been a minute since I've done Series 8. I did those first 4 teams before we really got into it. And so I asked Austin to come on here, and we are going to build 2 teams and discuss kind of what the meta trends are here now that we've had a full week to kind of see it, mess around on the ladder and kind of see what are things that are popping lately. We saw a couple tournaments that have had Series 8 rule sets, so get a little bit better of a feel. So with that, Austin, go ahead and say it. What's up?
Oh, hey guys. Yeah, I don't really have a lot to say. Just looking forward to getting some team building done for Series 8. It's been a really interesting meta so far. I know it's only been 2 weeks, but it's been really fun.
Right. And Austin is a battler for the Cyberducks and SSBG's Clan Wars, guys and girls. So if y'all like to battle, like to learn, check it out. I will link. I'm gonna leave a link in the description for the video to Julius's Facebook page with the group, and just join and tell them what's up and you want to battle, and they'll get you on a clan.
Yeah, and if you end up join the Cyberducks because we're obviously the best clan. So
Ah,
had to do a little bit of a plug there.
the Koski's up there, but they require like a signed oath to get in. It's crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Julius told me I had to give him my first child.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Like if he would have let me meet the kid first, I could have thought about it. Because then if I don't like the kid, like yeah, you know what I'm saying. But
Yeah, exactly.
beforehand, it's a little hard.
Yeah.
I'm kidding, babe. Just in case you hear me. All right. So that being said, let's get into the questions. So I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm gonna ask Austin a couple questions, and we're just gonna discuss it. Right now, what are some things what are some of the more popular mons and cores that you're seeing in the meta out of our restricteds currently?
Oh God, right now, probably the 2 most common ones have been Yveltal and Comfy. And Yveltal, Comfy, we got Indeedee, Shadow Calyrex, and then Tornogre are probably the 3 most common I've seen on ladder. I think I've done like 100 matches so far. And those are by far like at least 50% of the teams I see are one of those 3.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like I see Kyogre about 80% of the time
Yeah, that stupid thing is everywhere.
everywhere. And then I see like the random like I played maybe one Kirim.
Yeah, Kirim is like the most rare pick I've seen probably out of any mon.
I was so thankful. I was just like, finally, not rain. And then I was like,
Yeah.
my team is literally built for rain. Crap.
Yeah, it's definitely an anti-meta pick, but I think the black one is definitely better than the white one at this point. Just because Kyogre's everywhere and the white one cannot touch it.
I agree. I think one mon non-restricted I've seen a pretty high use of on anything not a Kyogre team is Gastrodon or Credillia. I'm seeing a lot of the like super bulky Gastros coming in to be able to play under Trick Room and then to kind of shut down the water spouts if your opponent wants to make a bad play.
Yeah, especially if they max Kyogre, it just totally invalidates your max if you have a Gastrodon on the team.
All right. So our second question we have here for you is, well, this is actually another question. So, have you seen any of the tournaments so far, whether it be the UX9 or the women's tournament or anything like that, just yet?
No, not yet. Haven't been following them.
Okay. I did see some interesting stuff with the women's tournament specifically. The winner of the women's tournament used a. Hold on one second. I'll pull it right back up here. Um, which I really liked. She had. Do, 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 do. She used Umbreon in her team. I remember that up top with Moonlight Yawn, Snarl, and then leftovers. And then it also had, I believe, Foul Play was the last move to counter and be just super bulky in the counter. A lot of those restricteds boosting up. Do you think Foul
Yeah.
Play is a good tech for this meta for a lot of players, or?
Oh yeah, I've been tinkering with a Sun team with Alolan Persian. I recently swapped it out for Lipard, but foul play hits almost like even if the restricted isn't invested in attack, foul play can still do sometimes up to 50% on a non-maxed one. It is an incredible tech for this meta because everything just has such high stats.
I agree. And I think, especially because the way maxing works, a lot of times when people are maxing, they're trying to boost up their attack or whatever, or they go for any type of, setup move. I think foul play as a late game option is super good. Especially if you can kind of lead and stall out the max and then have Umbreon come in or, something similar to that and just be bulky and just sit there and whittle the opponent away. I know it's not as fun because it's not as hyper offensive, but I definitely seen a lot of success with those slower kind of not stally but more patient gameplays currently.
Yeah, and I think we saw how good Umbreon was back in 2019 at the World Championships. It was on the runner-up team. It in that matchup didn't actually get a lot done, but up to that point in all the Swiss rounds and the top 8 matches, it put in so much work, and that's honestly a lot of the reason why they made it the top. Like they top cut the thing.
Yeah, I remember Umbreon was a beast in that. I remember watching her the series with the Umbreon plays and just it was and that was a very similar meta because we had the primals, right? So just kind of sub
Yeah.
out max for primals. And it was a meta that was very dominated by the same like 6 mons, right? You were either running your sun or your grass. You carried your fake out Incineroar, and then you would run your mega of Mega Manectric had a couple uses. Mega Kangaskhan got dropped super early after it got nerfed, but you would see your Mega Charizard, Mega Mewtwo, whatever it is, and then you had that 4 slot, right? And so for
Yeah.
Umbreon to justify a 4 slot and actually put it work in that spot, definitely showed it off.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, our final question was more of an observation on my end. One thing that I personally have been doing is I've worked Ludicolo into a couple of my teams on ladder just for a really easy Suncore answer because it gets fake out, it gets the swish swim, and it can hit Kyogre. I mean, you're worried about Ice Beam still, but not as much, and it can hit it with Overgrowth and other tech. Are there any other things like that that you think in the meta where it could be a nice answer to plug in to a team and it can fit as a pure counter to some of these weather stuff or some of these common leads like Spectier?
Yeah. I think the two best ones, one of them, as you said, for rain specifically, Ludicolo is amazing, especially with Assault Vest, because it gets fake out and really good coverage and excellent typing for it. But I feel the best one, and probably the most common non-restricted at this moment, is Grimmsnarl. It's just an annoying mon with Trick and Thunderwave and dual screens and Spirit Break being an amazing move and the occasional Sucker Punch to just one-shot a Calyrex Ghost. It is a fantastic mon this meta. And honestly, if we didn't have Grimmsnarl, I think we'd be seeing Aleki more because it is by far the best screens mon at this moment and probably the best support mon up there with Incineroar right now.
I agree. I think the way they built the Grimmsnarl from a Pokemon perspective and the move pool they gave it, it's a really good natural bulk to play that supportive role, and it also can still hit and still do things.
Yeah, 120 base attack is nothing to scoff at. That is decent.
And that's on a support mod, so
Yeah, exactly.
it's a very nice build, and I think Grimmsnarl is a very easy plug in personally on almost any team you build because it has that move pool. Thunder Waves for easier speed control. Your screens if you want to play bulky and kind of come in and clean up afterwards. You have Fake Out to kind of throw and stop some leads with, if they're running Kyogre and something else, you can lead and just fake out Tornadus and then kill it. And at least Tailwind's out of the picture. Then you also have Sucker Punch is a pretty nice one right now to start putting damage on that Kyogre because once it takes damage, that water spout is not a it's almost a waste.
Yeah. And then you've got stuff like Taunt and Fake Tears and Thunderwave again. And it's just, you never know what it's going to do, whether it's Lagging Tail, Eject Button, it's Light Clay. It's just so versatile and so amazing in this meta.
Yeah, especially for ladder play, and that's kind of one of the main things to always remember. I feel for building, especially, is I try and build my teams in for both best of one and best of threes. So I might have like one or two cheeky little things on there included just for flexibility. But do remember that when you build for a best of one and a best of three, all of that, there is a different approach to it. You can't just go
Yeah.
full cheeky. I'm not going to run the lax, I mean, the incense trick, grim snarl, and then like, you know, whatever it may be, like the weirdest tech.
Yeah.
Cotton down spore, whatever it may be, like some weird stuff. You don't always want to use all of it, right? You can always include some of it in a best of three
Yeah.
setting because if you play game one and you win it, guess what? I'm dropping that in game two now because it gives me an edge. And that's the approach I like to personally use. How about you?
Yeah, I would agree. Once your opponent sort of, in a best of three scenario anyway, once they identify the threat to their team, they often lead to counterplay that exact mon, which is a really good trick to have, especially in that kind of format, because then you can counter what you think they're going to bring instead.
Yeah. Chess, be ahead. All right. So with that, y'all, we are going to get straight to, that was my questions here for our little inquiry. But we're going to jump straight to Austin's team, and we're going to just kind of build it here. And I'm going to include the pace for both his build and my build in the description as well.
All right. So my main team right now has been a Dusk main Necrozma team, which has been faring really well on ladder. I managed to get to rank 3 with it a couple days ago. I then got tilted out of top 500 by like a 5-game loss. But what can you do? So it sort of revolves around, obviously, Dusk main Necrozma. I've got Tapu Fini. Got a Screams Grim Snarl. A Galarian Moltres, Incineroar, and Porygon 2.
All right. I'm going to show you one thing just for the funniness of this right here. Oh, no, I'm not trying to put Porygon as item. That would be cool. Imagine Pokemon Fusion, you just make a Pokemon the item.
That would be so good.
That'd be the next gimmick, I'm calling it. So
Yeah.
look at the team you just gave me and look at the team I have.
Oh my god.
Grimmsnarl, Porygon, Moltres, Spinny, Sludge. So I'm actually gonna do mine on the fly. I think that'll be
fun. Yeah, so basically this team revolves around running Disturbance sort of in the first. You never lead Necrozma unless it sort of goes in on the entire team. Basically, the idea is to lead either Fini Grimmsnarl, Fini Incineroar, Incineroar Grimmsnarl if you want to play super defensive. You get rid of their checks to Dusk main, and then you do a late game max, and usually it just sweeps through teams. Like it's almost unstoppable if you get rid of something like an Incineroar. So the set I'm running on my Dusk main is actually no offense whatsoever with weakness policy.
no offense whatsoever.
No offense whatsoever. It has, I believe, 164 special defense, 252 in HP. And I think 92 in defense, which I think is the rest. And impish nature. So it is incredibly bulky. This thing is calced to survive. If you max it, it can survive 3 choice banded wicked blows from a adamant Urshifu, which is kind of nuts considering it's weak to it. And as a fun side note, with all the SPDF investment that I put in, it can survive a +6 Calyrex Ghost Max Phantasm if you're behind a light screen, which is nuts. This thing is incredibly bulky. It is almost impossible to kill unless you get some stat drops on it, or you double into it when it's not maxed. And even that, it's still very difficult.
Is this the one I played you with?
Yes, this is the same set.
Okay. Yeah, it was bulky. I hated that thing.
Yeah, it was. I found the most annoying ones are the ones with the most bulk, because I can deal with the offensive ones, but not so much with the defensive ones.
Well, especially because with bulk, like in our match, I took it out and it caused me to risk pieces, and then we ended up in that, in Sin versus Porygon
Yeah, that was
match there.
terrible.
And so it just the benefit with calking defensively is you're forcing the opponent to have to double into it and lose passive turns by getting rid of this one check or one threat, and your other mons are slowly just picking apart the team to position your win con. And I think that's the benefit of running like more bulky defense, or I call it bulky offense. So you're still getting your offensive pressure, but you're doing it from a defensive mindset.
Yeah.
And what nature was he again?
Impish. So
well.
Extra defense. It is incredible. And a little side note, with its massive attack stat, it only actually does about 10% less than an adamant max attack Metagross once weakness policy is up. So it is very little damage difference, but the bulk difference is incredible. So when I fought you, I actually ran Rock Slide, but I recently swapped it out for Trick Room. So this is a Trick Room, Sunsteel Strike, Earthquake, and Swords Dance set. To anyone who's seen That's a +1, you would know he runs Morning Sun on his instead, just for that little extra survivability. But honestly, Swords Dance was just so pivotal in dealing with opposing Incin and basically negating all of their, because I just honestly, most of my losses turned into I'd get Intimidate cycled by an Incin and then lose because I'd be at -4 attack by the end of a turn.
Mm-hmm.
So that allowed me to sort of get around that. Okay. And honestly, the rest of the sets are nothing special. It's a physically defensive Tapu Fini. I don't remember the set on it. It's max HP, I believe 112 defense or something along those lines. Not sure how I can find that. Yeah, I think it's 112 defense and then the rest into special attack. And this is a bold set. So one thing you probably noticed about the whole team is that it is extremely slow. None of my mons have any speed investment. The speediest thing on the team is the Tapu Fini by default. Or sorry, the Moltres, because it still has no speed. But the whole point of it is you play around Trick Room in the way that you make sure they don't get it up, but you're bulky enough to survive in case they do. And if it's a hyper offense fast team, you set up Trick Room on them and just sort of disrupt. And you're slower than the fast teams, but you're also faster than the slow ones. So it's a nice little middling speed tier that I like to keep all my teams at.
Okay. And on Finny, what are you rocking for your item? Are you doing Life Orb for increased damage, or?
No, leftovers. It's just a leftovers calm mindset with Muddy Water, Protect, and Moonblast.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been playing with the Finny I'm using is a Life Orb super offensive Finny, and it's so weird because it catches everyone off guard, including myself, because I'm like, oh wait, I can totally max this thing and it'll be fine.
Yeah, I definitely never expect Finny to be offensive when I first play it. That I've definitely lost to a fair few of them though. Let's see if I can find this team. Some of my sets at least. No, I'm gonna have to pretend I know what I'm doing and just make up the sets on the fly. I know my simple ones are my Galar Moltres is 252 special attack, 252 HP. And I think it's got the extra 4 into speed and it's modest nature. So this allows it to outspeed Calyrex Shadow and Dragapult at +2, but Dragapult's getting less and less relevant. And it also outspeeds Regieleki at +3, which is all I was looking for.
I'm assuming typical nasty plot, Protect, Wrath, Air Slash.
Yes, super basic with Life Orb.
Life Orb. I'm surprised you didn't run the Misty Berry or Misty Seed.
I'm going to be perfectly honest. I have never thought of that. And that is a really good idea.
I run that on mine just because, like, I think on my version, I'm actually less special attack with some defense, some physical defense investment as well. Because the nasty plot, I'm going to make up the special attack. And then I run the Misty Seed here. But that's because I have Life Orb on Finny. But I run the Misty Seed. Now I get the special defense boost, and he just becomes so bulky. And then you throw Grimmsnarl, which I'm using with screens. It's just an annoying team.
Yeah. So Grimmsnarl is a light clay dual screen set. And it's got massive attack investment. It actually has very little in bulk. It is 252 HP, 192 attack, and the rest into defense with an adamant nature. So this thing gets surprise KOs. It can OHKO any non-defense invested Grimmsnarl, but that usually doesn't happen because they're usually super defensive. But it does 75% to the set that Wolfie popularized on Moltres, which is just the max special attack, max speed, timid one. So it's really good for just getting surprise damage down and sort of just chunking people. Okay. You've also got the Sucker Punch to activate your weakness policy on the Crowsman Dusk main if you need to. And the screens just make it so that absolutely nothing can touch it. This thing has taken a +6 max Quake from a Calyrex Ice and only taken 20% while maxed. And it was only at +1 defense. So,
oh, that's nasty.
Yeah, so my Incineroar is extremely standard. I actually got the set from a good friend of mine, Neil. It's just Citrus Berry with Flare Blitz, Fake Out, Parting Shot, and Will-O-Wisp. Max HP, 116 defense. The rest into special defense. And I believe it's calm nature. No, careful nature. Yeah, so this thing just does what Incineroar does, disrupts, messes around with people. It's really good. It's just a fantastic support mod all around. And the last one, Porygon 2, is, again, really, really bulky. It's a Trick Room set. 252 HP, 156 defense, and the rest into special defense. And that is a bold nature. And we're running the Bolt Beam combo with Recover on that guy.
Recover, Trick Room, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, right?
Yep. I've considered running Tri-Attack instead, but honestly, just the ability to use Bolt Beam on things is just, it's incredible coverage. At +1, you can one-shot a Lando. At +1, you can use Thunderbolt to, I think it's 3-hit KO a regular Kyogre, which is not bad at all.
No, especially because, yeah, the damage on the Kyogre means Water Spout's not viable. So it's exactly forced to play Ice Beam at battle with you or something. So
yeah, and just them knowing you have Thunderbolt puts a little bit of pressure on them, because if you get Trick Room up, they're just going to start protecting the Kyogre a lot more, which gives you a lot more freedom.
Okay. So that is Austin's team. Let's do one battle. We're just going to do one battle on Showdown to show it off.
Oh, I think you're light ball on that Grimmsnarl.
Wait, what?
I think you're light ball instead of light clay on the Grimmsnarl.
Oh, good eye. That would have been, I mean, you said it was a weird set, so hey.
It just becomes Pikachu.
Just an instant transform, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, Xerneas is a fantastic matchup for this team. You wouldn't think so considering there's so much dark on this team, but it works really well. So just from looking at it, I definitely want. I'd say we definitely bring Ensign. My instinct here is saying Ensign Porygon for a lead with Finny and Necro in the back because they honestly don't really have anything to counter Trick Room. And if they KO anything, they're not going to enjoy Necrozma.
I mean, all they really have is Meowstic, Fake Out.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know what the point of this team is. Like, I don't see any synergies. They don't have a way to redirect. They don't.
Kartana.
Oh, this is fantastic.
Oh, that's an easy lead.
Wow.
It's Trace.
Huh.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't like the fact that Gardevoir is on there. I don't know who we fake out, honestly, is the thing here. We've got enough defense that we don't care about what the Kartana is doing. We could probably just fake out Gardevoir because it might have some weird stuff to counter Trick Room. And then just Trick Room.
It could be Imprison Gardevoir. Okay, protected.
All right. So we just get Trick Room up for free. I'd say Will-O-Wisp the Zapdos and just, I don't know, Thunderbolt the Zapdos? I don't know. It just totally takes that.
Oh.
All right.
What are we going to play? Trick Room Wars here?
Maybe not. Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Imprison Trick Room. Okay. Maybe just doubling the Gardevoir is a good idea, or doubling the Zapdos.
Ooh.
I still think we Wisp on the Zapdos, just because if it
I think we still have to.
Yeah, because it's probably going to start max knuckling, and then we're in trouble. Yeah, and then maybe Ice Beam or Thunderbolt the Gardevoir.
I feel like if the opponent's got a max, they'll want to max here. Oh no, they just go for Thunder's Kick.
Wow.
Okay.
That's a lot more damage than I thought it was going to be.
Okay, taunt, unfortunate.
Yeah. Okay. I'd say Flare Blitz into the Zapdos and hard switch into Finny.
There's Xerneas.
Not the worst setup to have.
20% with that. Okay.
All right. I think they're going to expect a Moonblast into Zapdos and swap into Kartana. So I think we Flare Blitz the Zapdos slot. And do we want to swap out or do we want to Calm Mind is the question here.
How much bulk? We have 150 special defense. Xerneas probably has Thunder. I think we have to get Trick Room out, to be honest.
Yeah, I think so too.
So let's do that. Let's try the hard swap and see. Hopefully he wastes a turn.
Oh, nice. Okay, so at least we got rid of Zapdos. That's not the worst thing in the world. Wait, never mind.
We at least got the burn on it.
Burn. Okay, I've never been that lucky with Flare Blitz before.
Wait, we just got a burn on Misty Terrain?
Oh, it's even though it looks grounded, it's still flying. So yeah, Galar Zapdos messes with me because every other flying type is off the ground. I don't think we're gonna get a Trick Room off, but I guess we could try. I don't mind losing Porygon 2 here because it allows us to get in. Oh my god. All right. Oh, and it didn't die. That's fantastic.
All right.
All right. So I think we can just safely protect and max Steel Spike. I'm going to say, actually, no, protect Trick Room.
Oh, yeah, I forgot he was carrying Trick Room.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've seen Finny man or Xerneas.
Yeah, see, 13%.
Okay. Here comes Gardevoir.
Nice. Okay. I think honestly, a Calm Mind and a Steel Spike into Gardevoir is a good idea.
Oh, yeah.
Because I feel like if they reverse our Trick Room, we just lose to Kartana.
See what their Xerneas did here. Just Gleam spam. Okay.
All right, that's not
And so
something
here comes
I'm really
Kartana now.
afraid of. Ooh. So that's probably an Assault Vest one, if I had to guess.
We get the boost from his Fairy Aura though too on Moonblast.
Yeah, I think maybe we protect Finny because he's probably going to Leaf Blade into that and then Steel Spike the Xerneas. Because it's not surviving. Oh, okay. Maybe it is.
Oh, it did live.
uh,
And okay, at least Leaf Blade's there.
nice.
You lightning. We take
Yeah, it's not going to
lightning.
kill me. I think it's definitely going to max guard this next. I think we can safely Moonblast into the Xerneas and then Steel Spike the Kartana. Just for that extra defense. Yeah, knew it. Because there's no way that Kartana is killing us unless it gets a crit.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Final turn is Trick Room.
That was definitely just a throw. I don't see any reason why they would do that. Yeah. Yeah, because now it can't protect. So. Oh.
He went for a double max guard and he got it.
Oh, we're fine.
Wow. Have you ever seen back-to-back max guards?
I have not. That's a first for me.
That's actually kind of annoying.
I know it's the exact same chance as protect, but I've gone for them, but I've never seen it happen before. Nice. Closer than it needed to be, but a really good match.
Yeah. And that's against man, honestly, Xerneas just gives me nightmares from like VGC 2019 and 18.
Yeah, that thing is nuts.
All right. Well, yes, that was a fun game. We'll keep. I liked it. It worked well. I mean, if you guys look, the fake out was good. That was the right play. Went for Trick Room. We got it. Uh, you see the Trick Room. And one thing that, as Austin said, with the hard switching is you have to know your win con. So like our win con was to have Trick Room up to get our damage off in the Xerneas and to start getting those boosts on our defense and our special defense and start working our bulk up. So that's kind of what the importance was there, especially once he got a base free Geomancy. So that's kind of why you want to pay attention to that and always make sure you understand what your win con is when playing and try and get to positioning because we got Trick Room on turn 7.
Yeah, and we lost 2 mons in one turn, which usually be like, oh no, we're gonna lose. But yeah, we managed
understood
to
what we need to do and got the win. So always remember that. That's the one thing I always like to make sure people know is don't give up because there's always a comeback unless you're facing the recovered Porygon with no attacks. All right. So because my team is very similar to Austin's team, like very, very similar, we're gonna make a new team on the fly here, guys. We're just gonna do it.
So which Uber do you think you're gonna want to work around?
Let me see the list. I'm trying to. We're definitely not building Kyogre. We're not going to build anything that is common because that's not fun.
Yeah, no, you got to pick the cool stuff.
Yeah, you got to pick something interesting. All right, let's look at the list here and see what sparks our eyes. All right, so none of those. Necrozma would be cool. I just don't think Necrozma is great yet. I think he'll be a late meta mon.
Yeah, it's definitely not popular yet. I think I've only ever run into 1 or 2 of them.
Zygarde has a 4 times weakness, so that puts it off to me.
Yeah.
Let's do
one of the Gen 5 ones, Reshiram or Zekrom, could be interesting. I don't know how good they are, though. They don't seem like they're very strong into this meta.
I think Kyurem Black would be pretty good. Kyurem White is weak to steel. Oh, they're both weak to steel.
Yeah, they're both still Dragon Ice.
So yeah, Dragon Ice. So that's the only issue with those in the meta. Dialga, I don't know. We could do Dialga, Palkia. Have you seen a lot of Rayquazas?
There are a few videos today of people trying Rayquaza, but nothing solid yet. It's a very tricky mon to use.
Let's do that. All right. So first benefit of Rayquaza is being able to shut off weather conditions. So this is the perfect answer to Groudon, Kyogre, Torkoal, Venue leads. So it's really nice for the core. Let's pick the mons first here. So we want. I like Rotom Heat.
Yeah, it's a decent pairing for it. So our biggest issues, I think, right now are Intimidate, Ice types, and opposing Dragon Ubers. I think Dialga in particular is going to give us some issues.
Well, we're going to make Rayquaza will be special, so we're not too scared of Intimidate.
Oh, we're going to do special. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, that we're going to do special to avoid that. Plus, I mean, special, we would be able to use Air Slash for Airstreams.
Does it get Hurricane? I honestly haven't checked.
Yes.
Oh, it does get a Hurricane. Not that it's great, because even if rain's up, it cancels out its own rain.
Yeah, but it has decent special moves. It should also get
yeah, it gets fire and water and electric coverage. It's got really good coverage.
Solid. You get Ice Beam to cover your Landos, Energy Ball to counter Kyogre. You could run Fire the counter, or Energy Ball also can hit Groudon now because it's not primal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like a special. It's different. It's weird.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So,
well, let's first get the set on Rayquaza done. So I think max speed is a must on this thing. Even though you're going to be boosting up with Airstream, I think you got to take advantage of that 95 speed because it's better than most Ubers at the very least. So you need to be naturally outspeeding them.
Yeah, so we're gonna go max speed. Let's do. I don't think I've ever realized how bad he is defensively, though.
Yeah, the typing is horrible. And while 90-90 isn't bad, it's certainly not that good.
Yeah, at all.
I think honestly with Rayquaza, you're not going to be surviving stuff unless you're Assault Vest, so just lean into.
I feel like. Yeah,
actually,
I feel like
Assault Vest isn't a bad idea. Because then you completely counter Kyogre. There's nothing Kyogre can do. Well, I mean, obviously Ice Beam, but if they carry Thunder, like I've seen most of them carry Thunder.
Mm-hmm. So 147. Go. And then moves, air slash.
I think Energy Ball is probably a really good choice, and then Fire Coverage is fantastic. Oh, it also gets Overheat.
What does get overheat?
Huh. Oh, that is not bad. Not a lot of damage though. And that's to a no. Oh, I guess they're both level 100, so it's going to be a bit different in VGC. But yeah, that's not a lot of damage.
Hmm.
And doesn't have a way to specially boost itself, does it?
No.
We could troll and go weakness policy with Ice Shard and to it go at KO ourselves.
Ice Shard, Mammo, KO ourselves. Turn one.
But we get weakness policy, so that's all that's important.
You know what? I think we almost. I don't know. I don't love him though. That's the issue. I'm not looking at it as like.
It's cosmic power. You can run a bulky set. Just run stall Rayquaza. It's the new meta. Oh. Okay, I'm intrigued. I did not know it got that.
And that would put us at +1.
Yep.
Which would make that damage look a lot better.
Yeah, because then you'd be doing around 80% to it. And with a max after that, you could easily one-shot it. But
so
that's enough damage, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. If you can come in and pick up multiple kills, you're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Energy Ball.
We definitely need Flying Stab, but I'm not sure how. Does it get Earth? Oh, it does get Earth Power. So we definitely want Air Slash, but the question is, do we want Dragon Stab, Protect, or Earth Power?
I mean, I feel like we have Meteor Beam. That lets us also have the chance to max Rockfall. That covers flying. So you have Energy Ball that can hit Groudon and Kyogre. Let's see what other restricteds we want to cover for.
I mean, Airstream is sort of just a must. Like, that's one of the best parts about Rayquaza is that it can stab that max Airstream with 150 base attack.
So his flying moves For special, it would be Hurricane or Air Slash. So if we're going to run it,
if we're running a maxing set,
max version, Hurricane.
yeah. But honestly, I max my my Moltres almost always if I bring it, and Air Slash is still just so more consistent if you can get it out of max.
That's true. And with Clef, we're preserving him a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then he does get now we got to decide ground or dragon.
Yeah. Ground helps you deal with steals, which we don't hit at all otherwise.
I think we're almost forced to go to counter steel. So yeah, it's going to be flamethrower or earth power.
I think since we're not going to be benefiting from sun at all and we're blocking the benefits, I think we just go earth power because it gets you special defense boosts.
That's true. Bulk actually help improve our bulk. Clefairy set, typical Clefairy here.
You run ally switch Clefairy? Oh god.
Well, I do with Rayquaza.
That's evil. I will say that. That is.
I mean, it's something fun, hide it in game 1, just use follow me, and then reveal it game 2.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna. Okay, so that's all right. So we got our 2 here that we like. Now we need to add some stuff to it. I could kind of argue.
I like Entei. I really like Entei with these 2. Because even though Rayquaza now has a max ground to deal with steel types, Entei deals with steel types incredibly well. Or Heatran would honestly be a good idea. Because it gives you that amazing fire coverage, lots of damage. This one gives you the burns. Heatran gives you spread. So it's essentially like a trade-off, like whether you want spread fire or burn.
Entei gets eruption?
I think so, yeah. I haven't seen too many special Enteis, though, because Sacred Fire is just so good right now.
Well, because eruption is based on your HP, so it doesn't matter if you're special invested.
Oh, yeah, it does. Yeah, it's the base power is based on your HP.
Times your HP. Yeah, you're right. All right, so Entei.
Basically, whatever percentage of HP you're at is the percentage of 150 power you're going to be dealing out.
Okay, so for Entei, I definitely want Snarl. We need our fire move. So Sacred Fire, 50% chance to burn.
We can go extreme speed. I don't really like extreme speed that much.
Well, I mean, the thing is we're not having to worry too much in regards to like our move set here, because I mean, Bulldoze could be cheeky, another speed control option.
And we could run a weakness policy Metagross on the team, complements the other mons really well. So we could run a Bulldoze and either Stone Edge.
That does work because we do need a steel type to counter our fairy weakness up front with him.
Yeah, exactly.
So Bulldoze allows us to activate a policy, also lower speed. We got Snarl to help cripple that. Sacred Fire, 50% chance to burn the target. And then for the last move, we could either run Protect or the extreme speed priority?
I think we go extreme speed and we go assault vest. Because if we're going to be running snarl, the assault vest is just going to get even better with every snarl.
Go max HP.
I think with Entei, you just go close to max attack, definitely max speed. Take advantage of that 100 base speed. Like, you want jolly max speed all the time. Because even though it's a support mon, it hits like a truck.
You know, it's so bad. I forgot what color his shiny was, and I was like, "What?"
Oh, yeah, shit. Black Rayquaza is so sick.
All right, so yeah, we got Entei. Now we're gonna add our steel.
Yeah.
Metagross. We know we're gonna run a weakness policy set. We're gonna run clear body. We're gonna run.
I think you just go standard Iron Head, Stomping Tantrum, Rock Slide, Protect.
I kind of like Ice Punch though.
Okay, well, if we go Ice Punch, we get rid of Rock Slide then, because honestly, it's just for flying types. And if you go Ice Punch, you trade for the dragons to like one-shot them, and if you go Rock Slide, you're able to deal with Rotom Heat. Is basically the only difference.
So tough. We're gonna leave Rock Slide because it is spread. So we're gonna leave Rock Slide for now. And now,
I really enjoy 100 special defense and then max HP and then pump the rest into attack. Because then you just have that little bit of survivability. And 192 attack is nothing to scoff at.
All right, so we have our steel, fire, dragon. So let's think here.
Since we're not running a dragon move on Rayquaza, a Finny would be really nice. Pairs really well with Metagross. I mean, it's doubling up on fairy types, but you can't go wrong with Finny Clefairy. And double terrains is not bad. Oh, yeah, and then we got the nice Fairy Dragon Steel and Firewater Grass defensive cores. I think with this one, you got to run Knock, because we don't have any other Dark-type moves. Oh, Taunt.
I mean, I'd like to have a taunt on here just for a Trick Room answer. But then I guess if we're seeing heavy Trick Room, we're just going to go Metagross. So, I mean, it's not needed.
Yeah. I think Protect is so valuable with Tornogre existing. Allows you to just protect turn one, deal with that combo.
That's true.
Yeah, because if we run into Trick Room, we just lead Metagross Finny, start setting up Steel Spikes, and then you become unkillable.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll leave that. I'm just throwing the 4 in speed just to outspeed other Rillabooms.
Yeah.
For That's sick. I've been seeing a lot of max speed reels lately, interesting enough, which
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't get why people are running that. It's really weird.
yeah, because you're still not, I don't know. Like grassy glides priority, so I don't know why you really are wasting and
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
not gonna get the Kyogre before it gets to you with ice me. I don't know. It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
All right, and now on my offensive Tapu Fini. Oh, I'm so excited for this guy. We were talking about this earlier. I love it. So Tapu Fini, we're gonna keep Muddy Water, good spread move, good water damage. Um, I'm going to go Moonblast as well. We are gonna run. Policy, Assault Vest, Eviolite, Power Herb. All right, I think it looks okay.
Yeah. Oh, make sure you have inner focus on Entei.
Oh,
That could be awkward later. And I don't think we have a nature on Entei either.
that is why you always scroll through and double check people.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that one doesn't have a nature either.
Honestly, for the SSBG's singles draft league, I went like 4 games straight without an item on my Nidoking.
Oh my god.
Like I was 3-1 at that point too, and like I beat Vincent and Bear, and I was just like, oh, funny fact, guys, my Nidoking is not rocking an item still
Oh my god.
because I kept thinking I was doing it, and I'm like, oh okay, and I got on there and I would like go to change a move set or something, and then forget to do the item, which is the whole reason I even got on there in the first place, and just oh. And then we're gonna go. Timid on you. All right. All right. Let's play a game of this and see if we can get this Rayquaza to pop off.
Yeah, let's hope so. Oh, this is kind of perfect. I'm not minding the look of this at all. That Glacier is going to be a problem.
Do I want to go? Like we don't outs. Well, actually, we do outspeed Kyogre without Tailwind.
Yeah, I like the idea of Rayquaza Rillaboom because then you can just fake out the Torn and then airstream it. And you don't have to worry about Tailwind at all.
That's true. And then in the back, let's see, Kartana. I really do want to bring Entei.
Oh yeah.
And then uh uh I mean
Honestly, couldn't tell you. Yeah, Gross is just good.
yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
I feel like they're either going to max the Kyogre and hit Rayquaza.
You know, we could actually max overgrowth for Rayquaza or Kyogre here because we're on grassy terrain.
No, we don't get the boost from it. I don't think it'll.
Oh, because we're flying. That's
Yeah.
true. I always forget that.
Yeah. I think we fake out Meteor being the Tornadus.
Are we worried about airstream from anything else?
Not
Effectively?
Kartana.
I mean, Kartana's not really hitting a dragon flying that well, so.
Yeah, exactly. And this way, if Kyogre has Ice Beam, we don't have to worry about getting O-Code.
Flinched. Brutal swings.
Wait, what?
Why?
Oh, lovely.
Well,
Now we have a +1 Rayquaza. I think we just Airstream the... I think we Airstream Tornadus and then Glide the Kyogre.
Tailwind comes out. Glide. Kill still. Airstream. Took it down the sash. That's fine.
I don't think we care. We just Glide it next turn.
See what he brings out here. Grimmsnarl.
Yeah, I don't think that changes our plan at all.
So I know he's going to want to go for screens or something. Everything he has is physical.
Yeah, we don't have any way to...
I know. I guess we're just going to...
I think we Airstream Brim and then just Glide the...
Glide again, just get rid of Torn.
Yeah.
Trick what?
Full Incense.
Okay, so you got rid of our priority. We're now going to move last in the brackets, but it is a 4v1 against the Ice Horse with...
We have no
turns of Tailwind.
I mean, it doesn't outspeed us, that's for sure. I guess we max Rockfall. We're gonna lose Rayquaza here. That's sort of a given.
Yeah, I think we're gonna lose it anyway. I kind of don't mind knocking off.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea, actually.
Just that way, if we do land this Rockfall, we're not giving him policy too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, good point. What's dead? Oh, Life Orb.
Life Orb, okay.
Yeah. That's a dead Rayquaza.
All right.
Oh, and perfect timing for that. I think we just go into Entei, Sacred Fire, and I don't think we can lose this.
One turn of Tailwind.
Yeah. Yeah, we just Sacred Fire.
Oh,
right, we have no speed on this Entei.
Yeah, I have to double out to preserve Entei now.
I don't think so. They're going to max ground you. So you're just going to lose Metagross, and then you won't be able to...
Well, I want... true. Okay, so we're just going to go for that.
And I don't think max speed even outspeeds you. So you can just Glide. Because if that's a max speed Glacier, because they don't have any Trick Room, I think we're still fine. Oh, yeah, we're totally fine.
He's running mint speed. Because even with Tailwind, he's slower.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but honestly, we're fine. Like, literally an Ironhead and Ironhead Glide is fine. Like, you can win at this point. I don't know what their game plan was or why they have Brutal Swing. Oh, they have Metagross. Okay. That was a weird game.
Yeah, I didn't get what the Brutal Swing was for. I understand why it's on there as a moveset, but I don't get why he went for that. I don't know.
Yeah, it just damaged his Kyogre and got nothing else done.
Yeah, it is unfortunate that our Meteor Beam didn't miss, though.
Yeah, that would have been awesome if it did.
Because, I mean, that would have took it to Sash, and then we basically would have just been in the same position, like a faster position in terms of getting to the Glastier.
Yeah, and we would have taken less damage overall. So,
but yeah, not bad. I mean, we went to, looking at this game, y'all. Yeah, turn 2 basically. Turn 1 was just an instant win. Turn 2 is a double knockout. Here comes, Grimmsnarl. Now it is actually a double knockout because I forgot the Sash. So within turn 3, we're up 4-2. And then 4-1. Yeah, because that was his last one here. So first 3 turns, we picked up a kill every single turn with our special Rayquaza.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna build around this one now. I think I'm gonna use this team.
I'm definitely gonna play with it now. I'm gonna send it to my guy and have him help create it, and I think I'm gonna play with it. It was kind of fun.
Yeah, this looks. I'm not gonna lie. This looks exciting and actually fun to play. It's not every day you get to use Meteor Beam, Rayquaza, and something.
Okay, I mean, I liked it, but I'm gonna exit out of my screen share, y'all. Yeah, so that's 2 teams for Series 8. A really cool Dust Main. Super bulky, really, really tough mon. I battled against it. And then we have the Rayquaza special side, so you'll probably catch some people off guard with it. And Meteor Beam with either fake out or follow me pressure, depending on the situation. Uh, I think both those teams look really nice early meta. I mean, I think that we have the answers to Kyogre, because we do outspeed Kyogre as long as we don't get Tailwind. So, the fake outs there, then you could just say, you know what, I'll let you have Tailwind. I'm gonna fake out Kyogre and just go for the kill on that. And not a lot of those are running Sash actually, because usually people are keeping Sash on something else in the back. Like Specteers are really popular on those types of cores. So I think both those teams work really well, and we'll have the pace down below. As soon as I can get my teammate, I'll make a rental code and post that in the comments as well. Yeah. All right. Awesome. Any final words?
No, just thanks for having me. This was a lot of fun to get that team going.
Yeah, man. Well, we have about 18 more restricted, so we got plenty of opportunities.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. With that, everyone, thank y'all for watching. And as always, like and subscribe and check out the links below.